Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is Justin with Wealth Building Strategies. Hey, I wanted to pick up where I left off last time. The last video I had on the title about Elon Musk. And I apologize, I meant to talk about it, I didn't talk about it. So I'm following up on this episode quickly with Elon Musk, and then I want to jump to some more, what I feel is more important for you to hear about, which is how to build wealth. So first off, we're going to start with the famous Elon Musk wallet. And if you go back in time, you will find out that Elon Musk in 1998 talked about creating a payments platform called X.com. In 2000, he wrote a paper about this. He wanted to create basically what we have now as WeChat in China, is a social media platform, but also a payments platform. It's a platform to buy your goods on, your services on. Basically, half the world of the global GDP would be running on it. This was his vision way back in 2000. So he came together with a gentleman named Peter Thiel, another billionaire, and Elon Musk and Peter Thiel created what you know as PayPal today. PayPal is also highly vested in the digital space as well. Elon Musk left PayPal. Peter Thiel bought out his portion at the time, and Elon Musk went on to venture Tesla, right, that you know today, and other, SpaceX and other companies that he owns. So that is the background of that story. You also have Andreessen Horowitz, who is a lawyer firm, but they're also a venture capital angel investing firm as well. Angel investing firms are basically large capital individuals that come together and they invest in these smaller companies or technology companies to give them boosts and get them started. It allows for technological officers to be hired, other people that are experts in the blockchain technology in this specific instance. Anyways, that is the story of Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, and Andreessen Horowitz actually came together at a point in time as an early angel investor and invested into OpenCoin, which created XRP. And then you got to realize Ripple did not create XRP. They were gifted XRP by OpenCoin. And this project took place early 2000s. So if you go back quite early in the papers, you'll find that XRP was created, I believe it was around 2010, 2008. There's kind of conflicting information from what we can dig up. We can only get so deep. Some of it is speculation, but there is some documented proof that XRP has been around as long as Bitcoin, if not before. So the truth about the Elon Musk wallet is it does exist. There's an actual wallet address that's tied with the Elon Musk wallet and tied with the Peter Thiel wallet and the Andreessen Horowitz wallet. And so that is the truth about the Elon Musk wallet. In the future, maybe I'll make an episode that actually shows that wallet, and you can see how much XRP Elon Musk holds in that wallet. So that was not a clickbait title. Elon Musk actually is invested early on into XRP as a technology, and that he's now talking about launching an X.com money system. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. We have some speculation here at Wealth Building Strategies on what that looks like and what token that is. Is it going to be XRP or is it going to be another token? So I'll talk about that in another broadcast. But I want to get back to building wealth. So that's what this channel is about. That's what we're discussing. And I think a lot of these channels talk about investing into tokens, investing into cryptocurrency, investing into blockchain technologies. What they're not discussing is how do you get that money to invest? I hear this a lot. I talk to people about XRP and they're like, wow, that sounds great, but I don't have extra money. I can't afford to invest. I'm strapped. It's too tight. I get it. I understand. But here's the thing. If you break down your financial situation and you look at it and you literally write it out, grid it out on a piece of paper, where all of your money is going. Look for the areas where you might be able to save money. Like maybe you can make coffee at home and forego the $5 latte every day that adds up for 5 days a week at $25, and then you tip, right? That's $25 times 4 weeks is $100 a month in coffees and lattes. How many entertainment channels do you have? How many, do you have 4 or 5 platforms that are $20 a month and you're spending $80 on just entertainment, and you can cut out $60 and save that times 12, that's $720. The whole idea here is that once you start removing the things that are not really necessary and important to your life, you're going to find that you have that extra wealth that you didn't think you had. And you can now move that, instead of it being a liability to you, you can turn that into an actual asset, and you can invest it without being an accredited investor. You have to realize the blockchain technologies that we're talking about here you do not have to be an accredited investor. You do not have to be, most accredited investors, you have to have a $1 million worth portfolio, not including the home you live in, or 2 years at $250,000 a year consecutively to even qualify to be an accredited investor. That's to buy stocks and bonds and all these other things. Now, there are some platforms that do allow you to purchase some of these assets that accredited investors get, but you do not get the full package of being able to invest in anything you want, securities, bonds, things like that. There's a few stocks on Robinhood that you can have and whatever, but for the most part, the middle class has kind of been locked out of being able to make a lot of money in the stock market. It takes a lot of money to make a lot of money. But there are ways where we can look at your finances and take small portions, and we can build wealth. And it's important to not let your money sit. You need to be investing your money. Your money needs to actually be working for you as a passive income. It's not possible to save enough to hedge inflation. Things are costing so much so fast, and you've seen it. It hits your wallet. You know when you fill your truck, you know what I'm talking about. You have a vehicle, a car, you know what I'm talking about. You go to the gas station, you fill. It is exponentially. You're just like, holy cow, I cannot believe how expensive things have become. Everyone is feeling it. But here's the deal. There's certain ways that we can look for ways to save money in our own personal lives. And one way that's not even sacrificing your latte, and I'll talk about this for a minute because I think it's a really important wealth building strategy. I've never heard anyone talk about it. I think it's fascinating that there's all these ways that we have access to income, but we don't realize that it's there. So let's start utilizing that income and putting it to work for us. So let's say you have a full coverage vehicle. And that full coverage vehicle is a $250 deductible in case you get into an accident, right? That's what you pay out of your pocket if something happens. Well, let's say you're a fantastic driver. You haven't been in accidents. You're not worried about the $250 deductible. Maybe it's all right if you were to raise that deductible to $500 or $1,000. Well, that would drop your insurance rate per month, right? So instead of a $250 deductible, you raise it to a $500 and your insurance premium drops by $100 a month, right? That's one example. That's on one vehicle. So now let's take that $100 times 12 months. You now have $1,200 that you've saved. Well, maybe you have another partner, right? Or you're married or whatever, a girlfriend. You got 2 vehicles, right? Sitting in your driveway. Now you have $2,400, right? Maybe you have children and there's 3 vehicles. Now there's $3,600. Well, the whole idea is that you take this money and then you compound it times 10, right? Or you compound it times 3 or 4. The whole idea is that within a certain amount of time, this keeps compounding. So let's take the example of 2 vehicles, $100 a month in a year. That's $2,400 a year that you're saving. If you compound that times 10 years, that's $24,000 that you've saved. If you were then to compound that times 10 in the 10 years, that's only doubling it every year, which is really easy to do in this space, by the way. In fact, that is low numbers here. We're talking way higher numbers, and I'll give you examples here in a few minutes. But let's just stick with the scenario here. That is, you're talking about $240,000. That initial $100 times 2 vehicles turned into 2,400 over 10 years, then turned into 24,000. You're compounding it by investing it, which is then giving you a return of exponential returns. Now, this is not financial advice, and I'm not telling you to run out and invest all your money. I'm not telling you to run out and invest your grocery money or bread money. Only invest anything that you're willing to lose, okay? This is a volatile market. Things go up and things go down. If you've not been in this space and you do not read charts, you do not understand how this situation works, I would highly recommend that you keep following this channel. I would highly recommend that you get involved with the community. I'm going to launch one. I feel like it's important for people to be educated about the seasons that we're in. I want to get other people involved that are also really good in this space, because I want everyone to do well here in this space. I think that the opportunity is absolutely exponential. So there's one way, just on your car insurance, by changing your deductible, right? Like, the chances of you needing the $250 versus the $500, that's only $250. You can literally, that translates into $1,200 a year. That is a giant amount of money just by savings, by just moving that into a different deductible bracket. That's one way to build wealth right there. I mean, we just took 2 vehicles in 10 years and compounded it on a scenario of 10 times, right? A 10x in 10 years, which is only 100% per year, which is super easy every 4 years to do in the cycle. You know, every 4 years we have a cycle, and lots of people are already doing way over 10x right now. And we're not even in the giant part of the bull run yet. So it hasn't even super kicked off. You're early, and that's why I'm telling you, you need to invest now. So there's one wealth building strategy for you to be able to build wealth and compound this money. And I want you to think about, once you realize this concept of taking this finances that are sitting there and locked, that you're paying out, and you don't need to be. You could take that money and put it some other place that's working for you instead of the insurance company. The insurance company is not working for you. They're sucking your money. They're a liability, okay? Yes, we do need them sometimes. Yes, by law, I understand if you have a loan and you have to have full coverage and all that. I get it. I understand that some vehicles it's worth to have full coverage and insurance on. But the fact is if you can take this money and make it work for you, why wouldn't you? More than likely, you guys have things that are sitting around in your garages that you could sell, that you can capitalize on, right? I needed to do work in a little shop area that I have. It's a little entry. It has a freezer. It has some shelving space for my business, for my glue, to keep things warm in the wintertime, right? So my glue doesn't freeze. It helps me in a tax way. Tax benefit was the storage, right? The storage area that I can write off. You have to be careful about how much you're claiming and that it's proper, right? But, you know, I was able to pay for the addition by selling items that are sitting around and collecting dust. This is, you're taking something that is a liability, that is clutter and disorganization, right? Might be causing you a headache anyways. Take those assets and put them on Facebook, sell them, get rid of them. Might have cost you $50. You can sell it for 20 or 15. It's better to recoup that money and start making that money work for you than let that asset sit there and just, right? It just gets worth less and less. So there's a lot of ways in this space. I think if you were to really evaluate your wallet, you're really to evaluate how much money you're bringing in, how much money, where things are actually going. Instead of just charging your credit card every time, not asking for a receipt, and at the end of the month, you're flabbergasted that you have a $5,000 credit card bill that you only had $2,500 set aside to pay. Like, it's important to track your expenses. This is part of the building wealth, and it's part of a discipline. Money is not made overnight. Rome was not built in a day, and neither is your empire. And if you want to build something in this space that outlasts you for generations, then you really need to start paying attention, because there's a shift that is happening in the world, and you have an opportunity to take advantage of it. If you didn't watch my first video, check it out. Elon Musk is on the front of it. XRP to $10,000. Like, if you like this content, if you like what I'm talking about, taking a small investment instead of paying the insurance company $100 and in 10 years we turn it into $240,000. If you like that kind of content, like, share, and subscribe. If you're an XRP holder, comment 777 down below. Like, this thing is running. This thing is blowing up. I'm telling you, I've been telling people at the gym when XRP was 50 cents, you got to look at this asset. I can't give them financial advice, but I can be like, hey man, look at this. This is a technology you should be looking at. This is a technology I'm looking at, and I'm just trying to educate you. And this was at 50 cents. I have friends that bought it at 30 cents. It's like $3.15 today. You know, we haven't even started the bull run. You don't understand what kind of movement and momentum this thing has. When the Strategic Reserve, the USA, if they choose XRP, which it really looks like they're going to, this asset is going to rocket. It is literally going to melt faces. And I'm not saying it's going to go to $10,000 this year. It's not what I'm projecting. It wasn't what I was projecting in my last video. I am projecting that it will go to that at some point in time. I truly believe that. I have the conviction about that. In fact, I believe it's going to go higher than that. I think that's just a baseline. I think that's easy cake. But that will take time. So don't think you're just going to jump into the space and it's going to go to $10,000, right? I'm hoping for $8 to $12 here in the next few months. You know, it's at $3. If it goes to $9, that's a 300% from right now. We were just talking about example that only went 100% every year for 10 years to get you 240,000. And I'm talking about an example that's super realistic of $9. That's a 3x from here right now. That's 300%. I mean, you start adding this up and compounding, not 100%, but 300%. Now your $250,000 is now $750,000. So I want you to realize the ability to take the money and the assets that you currently possess and you have, start putting them to work for you, move that money, make it work for you, get the passive income that you need. This is a fact. You can't save enough money to hedge inflation. You have to have a passive business. You have to have passive income. This is the way of the future. If you understand this, you can build something that will outlast you for lifetimes. Welcome to Wealth Building Strategies. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. I want you guys to be elevated with me. Take care.